Tran's hit!
I'm bleeding!
It was April 3rd, 2003. It was my 4th day in Iraq. We had crossed the border on Sunday, and just a few days later, I got shot. I took a 7.62 round to the back of the skull. My 4th day in Iraq.
Where? Where you hit? Head. Head? Yeah.
Looks pretty small.
The camera was just rolling, and we literally drove into a gunfight. And on the video, you can hear rounds cracking past the camera. And at one point, you hear literally the bullet that got me whiz by the camera. And then you hear me curse immediately after, because that's your first reaction when you've been shot. Some soldiers go an entire deployment wondering how they're going to react in a gunfight, or how they're going to react if they get wounded in a gunfight. I found out very early on how I would react. I just thought like I was Superman. That's how I was going to get through the rest of the deployment. So I was pretty reckless. Some people said I was good at my job. Some people said I had a death wish. But after you've been shot in the head your 4th day in a war zone and you stay, you either get really scared or really ballsy. Coming home from Iraq was another war. I did the drinking, I did the boozing, I did the womanizing, I did the gambling, until I found something that would replace all of those things, that wouldn't kill me or take all my money.
Like, my parents don't even know what to tell people I do for a living. There's no word for comedian in Vietnamese.
And that's what stand-up comedy was for me. It was a healing that I'd never felt before. It took the place of all the medications and the doctors and the therapists and all the things that they try to treat us with afterwards, after they're done with us, after we fought our country's wars. And comedy became the thing that healed my soul.
I was in a gunfight, and I took a 7.62 round from an AK-47 to the back of the skull. Honest to God's truth, that's why I retired. It screwed up my short-term memory, and I can't remember a lot of things, which is why you might see me looking at my hand occasionally. I was on tour one time, I called. I was like, hey, I made it safely. She's like, why didn't you fill the ice cube tray? I'm like, because I forgot. She's like, why? Because I got shot in the goddamn head. Fighting for your freedom, so which one do you want, ice or freedom? You only get one. You can't have both, that is selfish.
Comedy is my therapy. It is the thing that heals me. It is the single most important thing to my healing process, which, 12 years after I got out of the Army, I'm still healing. I guess my goal for Battle Scars is to give that opportunity to other soldiers and other veterans to tell their story, and mostly to encourage other veterans to speak up, because we come home and we don't want to talk about it.
As if a conductor had just clicked his fingers and said, now. We got hit with a weight of fire I have never experienced. Then I just felt like, honestly, like I'd been struck by lightning, through one ear and out the other.
And then all of a sudden it's like hell opened up. It was almost like a textbook L-shaped style of ambush. And I don't know whether this is madness or just a soldier's reaction, so I obviously then popped up through the hatch and saw the Taliban insurgent and just engaged, and just up, and there he was. I stopped firing when he dropped.
My message to other veterans who are struggling is very simple. Don't hold it in. Don't be afraid to talk. Hell, get on stage and do stand-up comedy. That is talking, that is therapy. But don't hold it in.